welcome. I'm the Lady May, and this is my first D&D campaign stream thing that's happening. Everyone knows when I'm player on someone else's. I'm terrible at intros, so this is no exception. And I'm gonna go around and ask everyone to introduce themselves, and I already forgot my clockwise order, so I'll just start with Jess.
Oh, hi, I'm Jess. Pronouns they, them. You can find me at Fun and Games, most places online. I'm very excited to be playing your good friend, Miguel Miradero, but we're good friends now, so you can call me Mira.
Nice. Evan.
Hi, kia ora everyone. I'm Evan, aka Māori Nerd on Twitch and Twitter. I'm going to be playing Kawu Duskwing. I'm not going to go too much into detail. We'll do that in a bit. But I'm just a little owlin.
And Hannah.
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Hamna and I use any and all pronouns. And you can find me on Twitter at @shahid_. Today I will be playing Prince Ada Wahaj Talviel. You can call them Your Highness.
Nice. And next up we have Jay.
Hello everybody, my name is Jay. I use they them pronouns. You can find me online at Nalawu and at Naladraws, and today I am playing Shimunyani Isenthra, who uses any pronouns you want to call them.
And then we have Stella.
Hello, I'm Stella Luna here on Twitch, Stella Luna TV, on all the other social media. I have she, they pronouns, and I'll be playing Medea today, who also uses she, they.
Now we start our scene in Alexandria, for those of you who are familiar with Critical Role. And we're just outside of a small town of mostly orcs and goblins, and we've got sunny day, nice summer winds, and we see a group of 5 standing near a bulletin board. And there is a little poster called Jigao's Festival of Merit. It says, win the most medals of merit and be chosen for the ultimate test in a team race for the Emerald Eye. Cash prizes for the winners. How are you all responding to this?
Mira is immediately gonna sidle up near Shimunyani and start, like, nudging, because if there's any talk of, like, contests... I think we have to attend this festival. I think there's some question of merit, apparently.
DM, how far away is this town?
You're about maybe like part of an afternoon walk away.
Is it on the way to where we were headed?
You're kind of like in this general area.
Okay. I think Shimunyani is kind of looking around to the rest of the group to see how everyone else is sort of feeling. They have clocked Mira's excitement, though. 100%.
Oh, do you think an emerald eye actually means an emerald? Like an emerald, like a gem? Because there's a picture on the flyer that's got a necklace, so I'm hoping that an emerald is not just being metaphorical. It's a gem.
I mean, prizes are prizes.
We have enough
shiny
emeralds and gems, I think, amongst all 5 of us. No, and I think Prince Ada, who's this like 5'7", like half tiefling, half lizard folk person, they look like a humanoid with this light brown skin, and their eyes are have golden scleras with no irises or pupils. that you can discern, and they kind of like squint at the poster and look back at Mita. It could make for a nice bet if you're willing to play for it.
Mira's immediately over there now. Like, Mira's doing that thing like an anime where they appear behind every different person that like contemplates the possibility of going to this festival. Like a little devil on everyone's shoulder. Like, yes, games, bets, wagers to be had. What fun. Why would we turn down such a thing? I'm gonna go over to Medea next and be like, food, good food, and company. Perhaps ingredients for potions and things?
I think at first when you see Medea, she is this very tall, very curvaceous Firbolg. She has long dark hair and she is shrouded heavily in a cloak. She is wringing her hands and looks like she's nervously sweating, watching everyone, and she says, I suppose, yes, pie does sound very nice. We could stock some up for the road.
It sounds to me like it's settled and we're all going to this festival.
It sounds like it. I mean, if
I'm
it's on
happy
the way
to
anyway.
I'm happy to do whatever you want to do, Mira. And Shimanyani hoists their glaive up on their shoulder again. It's a very heavy weapon. It's like 8 feet 4 inches tall, I think I calculated. And Shimanyani is also tall. Triton, dark teal green skin. And I think they just turn to the rest of the group and say, so it's decided then. We're going to this. Okay.
Yeah. I wanna see.
And
I wanna see this.
I want to pull out the map that I was looking at to navigate. I want to find this place and figure out which way we're going.
Yeah, it's pretty easy for you to do. It's well known on the map. You've probably been here a few times here and there, but not like stayed super long. This is certainly the first time that you've been by since they've been hosting the Festival of Merit. And before we head on our way, Camdar has gifted everyone with a draw from
Oh my
the
goodness,
deck.
Camda.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Chaos Merchant.
Chaos already.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
The absolute
What could
chaos.
possibly go wrong?
Absolutely nothing. Of course, it's gonna be fine.
Someone's revving up for that.
Someone's excited.
I'm gonna go close my window. I'll be right back.
For those not familiar with the Deck of Many, we are playing with the Deck of Many, which you can tip towards to influence events in the game. They have been a little modified to be more stream and game friendly by our lovely Stella Luna over here. And as soon as the player draws them, we're not going to reveal it right away. I'll sneak it in there when it narratively is the most fun. All right, and
So, has anyone heard of Jigao? Is it the town, or is it a person, or what? I'm not familiar.
Is it a town? Would I know it's a town?
It's the town. Okay.
I look
It's the town. Okay.
I look at you. I'm like, yeah, it's a town.
Oh, okay.
And-
Okay.
I'll lean down and give you my map that I was holding, and I'll point it out to you.
Perfect. And I'll go into my little satchel. And Kawu is a lot shorter, and they are 4'6", Owlin, quite fluffy, got glasses, little satchel, and I guess the satchel unfurls a scroll and marks it out. I was like, thanks. Thank you, Jimenani. That's great. Maybe I should fly ahead? No. Let's go.
as you guys are traveling along. Medea, tell me when to stop.
Oh, stop.
Great, I about just flip over.
It's hard to shuffle them, huh?
We have little hands.
Yeah.
Pick cards. Amount of times I've like tossed these all over the floor. It's been one too many. Eh? Jimmy Nani, tell me when to stop.
Stop now.
In the top of my hand. Your Highness, tell me when to stop.
Stop and pick the card on the bottom of the deck.
Good choice.
One fear.
I'm actually so terrified.
One fear from your loving bodyguard.
Karu, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Not me just peering at May's face, trying to get a read.
You gotta look in the glasses for the reflection.
Yeah.
I see. We're doing the anime strats here. I see.
Yeah.
And Mira, tell me when to stop.
Stop. I want one in the middle. Mid split.
That's spicy. That's spicy.
Starting off complicated. All right, middle.
I mean, if you drop them all over the place, one that like scatters is perfect because whatever imbues the most chaos energy is what I want.
We already here, right? Damn. What's the ruin card? People in chat are talking about the ruin card.
Oh, the ruin card. Yes, I'm familiar with the ruin card. It's a little bit different. Basically, the ruin card is you lose one non-magical item. Before it was all of your non-magical items.
Oh boy.
It got to the point where we were
Oof.
making magical underwear.
I was going to say, does that include clothes? Is that all?
Oh no.
Wow.
I've had the ruin card quite a bit.
Dang.
So the afternoon kind of wanes on a little bit, and you start to hear a bunch of town folk and music, and starting to smell a few pies. And you have entered the Jumble, a large district, tangled roads, and single-story buildings in the town of Jigao. Throngs of people, most of them orcs and goblins, move through the streets, laughing, singing, running, and sightseeing. All are enthralled by the raucous sights and sounds of the town's Festival of Merit. You hear snippets of conversations as people pass by, a goblin mother telling her children not to go near the baby horizon-back tortoises. A drow guard in shining insectile armor complained to his partner that his gauntlet was crushed by a hulking orc while arm wrestling. And a pair of young orcs in swimwear hollering as they rush toward the banks of the Eiffelon River. All around you, colorful signs, banners point towards festival booths, surrounded by cheering people. On the street alone, you can see a meat pie eating contest near a shop mounted on the back of a massive tortoise. On the other side of the road, a banner emblazoned with the words, "Riddles and Rhymes, Unbeatable Riddles." The banner points toward a 3-story temple in the center of the Jumble. The town is yours to explore. Where do you want to go?
I'm looking at the prince and seeing where they want to go because I am following him.
The prince is looking around, scanning this area, and I think they have their cloak with the symbol of the diarchy of Uthadorn, which is where they're from, clasped around their neck. And their arms are kind of folded as they look around, and they notice there's two things I think that catch their interest. One is the arm wrestling contest, and the other is the riddles. And they look at both of those, and they look back at their group. I think both of those, test of strength and a test of wit, either one could be particularly fruitful for our group, don't you think?
Pies. I saw pies.
Pies are also fruitful, one might argue.
Yeah.
Depends on the type of pie.
We won't know until we... Yes?
Medea will reach over to Kawu and say, "Would you like me to pick you up so you can see where the pies are?"
Oh, that would be amazing. Thank you so much.
Upbeat?
Upbees! Plump. And floof out when you plump me down. I kind of just like poof out a bit.
And among the crowd, yeah, you see it's like you're actually pretty close to the pies. You know, there's a couple of tall orcs that were kind of like blocking the view originally, but once you got the vantage point, they're like, oh yeah, it's just like right there.
Oh, I can smell them.
I think this is the exact moment that Ada's stomach starts to grumble really loudly. Okay, maybe pies it is first.
I don't think the prince can see, but when Shimunyani hears his stomach, they kind of just like look down and then look back out, like acknowledging that sound.
Alrighty.
The royal belly spoken.
Our group movement is decided by the belly of our highness.
I mean, it's
time to eat.
It is your responsibility to protect your prince, and currently protection from hunger, I suppose. We simply must abide, prince. And I like over fancifully like gesture. I bow overly deep, like I make a big show of it.
I think Ada hates it when people do this, and that's probably why Mira does it so often, is because they know that this pisses them off, and they just, with their arms still crossed, roll their eyes and start heading towards the meat pie eating contest. I think with like a little flourish of their cloak to over dramatize their saunter over to this contest.
Alrighty.
And we follow.
Follow towards the best pies in the jumble. The savory scents of meat, pastry, and spices fill the air around a 3-story building mounted on the back of a gigantic tortoise. A cooking stand and a festival stage with a long table are set up at the tortoise's feet, where an orc stands over a massive oven. She bustles from the oven to the stage and back, placing delicious-looking hand pies at each seat and stacking more of them on the cooling rack nearby. People have already gathered on stage, including a scrawny young human with a mop of brown hair and a scruffy beard. As you approach, the orc calls out in a melodic baritone, "Come to sample the best pies this side of the wastes, yes? I sell them for meals up there, but I'm running a pie eating contest here all day if you've got an orc-sized stomach."
Ada will just look over at Karwu, who was extremely excited for the pies. Well?
They look big. Do you want to share?
Are we allowed to enter this contest in pairs?
Like, it's a bit of a quizzical look on face. No one's quite asked me that before. So it might be a little bit of an unfair advantage.
perhaps the competition can also enter in pairs, and we could have the contest that way.
It is in the spirit of the games, you'll be teaming up. And this would be a good indication of who works with best each other if you want to, catch the eye of the selection team.
Oh,
Yeah.
So excuse me, it's a competition. Is it? What do we have to eat? A lot. I'm not sure what's the rules.
Well,
I just
we
smelled the
just-
pies and was hungry, and I thought I'd have a pie, but I couldn't eat more than half a pie, and then I shouldn't probably be in a competition if the object is to eat lots of pies.
well,
So maybe.
yeah, the goal's generally to be the last person eating the pie.
So a test of endurance rather than speed? Kawu,
Yes.
perhaps, if you took your time, poked at the
I
pies?
mean,
If you ate very slowly, perhaps.
we could be here a long time. I was just hungry, and they smelled great. I don't think I'll be any good in this competition, personally. Maybe I could just. Can I just buy a pie
Of course.
and not be in the competition? Is that? Sorry, I dragged you over here.
What kind
I
of
apologize.
meat pie? We've got a tortillere. We've got that one's particularly my favorite, if I do say so myself.
Oh, I'll go with that. I'll go with that. That sounds amazing.
So she kind of like disappears a little bit and comes back, and it's a very big pie. It's probably like the size of your head.
Do you need help?
Do any of you want to share or enter this competition? Is this how you win the Emerald Eye? Like eating loads of pies? Was this? We're new here.
Oh, you're new to the festival. Well,
Yeah.
eating pies is just one aspect. There's 7 different competitions that have been running throughout the day, and if you win, you get a little medal of merit, and the more you get, the more likely you have a chance at moving on to that final task to get the Emerald Eye. Just eating pies, unfortunately, probably wouldn't get you to the final round. Unless it was something really
I'm sorry,
extraordinary.
You said 7 competitions.
Mm-hmm.
I saw pies, which is here, arm wrestling, riddles. What are the others?
Well, there's a maze. One-shot solution. She kind of like points down a twisty little roadway. You gotta, find your way through the maze. There's the Eiffelon plunge down by the river. You have to go race to catch a spear, I believe, and be the fastest one back. There's the arm wrestling. There's the wet whack patty whack. It's also harvest time around here, and it just makes it more fun. Really.
I'm sorry, what is that? Wet whack, paddy whack.
It's harvesting from the rice fields, with a fun twist to it. So it's not, just boring harvesting of fields. Put some competition into it, make it more fun. There's also herding of the horizon backs, and point to the very large tortoises. They tend to wander off at times, so it's just a fun competition of see who can bring them all back to the center. And of course, the
see.
rhymes and riddles.
Exciting.
Tortoises, land-based, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Wet whack, patty whack. How wet?
Shimanyani looks at you, like shoots you a look, like why?
Hang on. There's something happening here.
I'm curious. It's not something I remembered to mind. But I imagine it
As
being
well as
pretty
the
squishy.
Squishy. So we're talking mid-level wet. Okay, all right. There was something about spreading?
There was a
Sorry, I
plunge
have
These are very
made pie.
particular questions that you're asking, Mira. What exactly are you trying to get at here?
I like turn around to face the group. I'm like, sorry, 1 second to the person, and I turn around to face the group. And I'm like, this is a series of competitions. We need
Spreading?
to adjust ourselves accordingly to figure out which we are best suited to accomplish. It seems as if, if it is in fact some of these can be done in sequence, we can arrange duos of skill. It sounded like some of them might be aquatic. Thus, I was trying to find out if myself and Shimunyani would be best suited. Kawu, the maze, if you could fly above it. Shimunyani, with your skills of cartography and map mapping, you might be best suited for these. Obviously, we have Medea and the prince who, not to knock it, but, a little perhaps better at puzzling and logic, maybe.
And Mira, the
I'm
spreading,
bright, but not the brightest.
What was that about? The spreading specifically?
I don't know what I wrote very quickly and I don't listen. My fingers are webbed. It's kind of difficult to hold.
I think there was a spear catching. I think that was one
Spear,
of them.
that's what I was trying to write. Yes.
Spear catching.
Eiffel
Spear.
plunge is what I heard and wrote down, and then in parentheses it says spear catching.
Wow.
No, the logic
My mind might have been in a
perfect.
slightly different place. I apologize. And then I watch someone as they walk by.
I'm gonna gently nudge you in your side with the butt of my glaive.
What? I'm here. We're planning. We're organizing.
Well, I think my particular skill set, like you said, the maze. So I got an excellent memory for maps and geography. So, and also, I don't know if it's cheating, but I could fly up and have a little peek. Maybe do it quite sneakily. I think I'd be suited to this task.
I would also be willing to take that icy plunge for the spreading, as Mira so eloquently put it. I think given that I'm from a colder climate, my constitution would probably be adapted to it.
I mean, I'll always spread for a spear, so.
You see?
Yes, we know, Mira.
Medea's just blushing
Mira.
terribly.
Mira. And
I've taken the
Kawu's trying to
pie from
stifle a
Kawu,
giggle.
and I'm trying to walk us over to the sitting area so we can eat this pie and move on.
Well, no, we haven't decided.
I have
who else
the big
is
pie,
best
and I'm
suited.
trying to bring us somewhere.
I'd probably be quite good at herding the horizon bat turtles as well. I've got very good animal handling skills. Who's good at riddles?
I'm not very good at riddles, but I can make sure that everyone stays hydrated and no one has indigestion.
Good. Yes, good. And pies. We're here. Pies are here.
I place it on the table
Jiminyani,
with a
I'm
heavy
looking
thunk.
at you.
What?
I'm looking at
Me?
Are you
Pies.
good at
For
at
what?
pies? For eating pies.
What about it? Eating.
Can you eat? Yeah, could you? I'm sure you could put a few away. You're quite large.
I guess I could eat.
Competitively?
I'm surprised you look. Their face is going through a face journey right now because they were assuming that this group would want them to arm wrestle.
Oh, I think we can all do more than one thing. Was my assumption.
Absolutely.
Because I definitely was, trying to figure out how many of these were wet, and then also arm wrestling. Of course.
I don't really want to eat in front of people. It's not
That's fine.
something
You don't
I
have
would
to.
enjoy.
That's fine. No. That is-
I suppose I can try.
Yes.
Well, if the person over there said that it's lasting the longest, you could just eat really slow. Right? Is that not what they said?
It is what they said. I think that's a winning strategy, to be honest.
So you could just sit there and nibble. How does that work?
Okay, then Medea. I think you're up
Medea
first.
does not look confident. All right. I suppose I can give it a try. I do have some tonics in case I have a bellyache later.
Ooh, do you have anything to pre-coat your stomach?
Let's see. I've got dandelions and we've got some horseradish and let me.
I mean, that'll certainly make it taste better.
Okay. Can I roll my experimental elixir?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What is
so she
that?
pulls- I'll post this in there so you can read it if you want. But
Okay.
essentially, as an alchemist, I have a number of different elixirs that I have, and some of them I don't really know what they do. I'm gonna pick one off my belt. Wow. Okay. And this particular one has these purple boba like bubbles floating in it, and it has a sort of viscous pink fluid inside. I kind of swirl it around and I say, well, it's for the spirit of the whole festival, I suppose. I'll try my best. And I'll glug 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 it down. So this one gives me the alter self spell. I'm gonna alter myself to have larger stomach capacity.
Can you give yourself multiple stomachs like a cow?
I was just thinking that. I'm like,
that's what I was
thinking about.
wondering.
Put a bag of holding in your stomach.
Oh,
Infinite
that would be
eating.
so-
Yes,
Just
I will-
casually eating nonstop.
I'll alter my stomach so that it has multiple chambers and that it has like a goat stomach lining where I can eat anything without having acid reflux. I don't know.
Is one of the chambers like a dessert stomach? Because you've always got a.
Dessert.
Yeah.
Everyone-
I was just thinking about the elusive dessert stomach that all children claim to have.
Absolutely.
All right. I believe you're ushered up to the large table, and there's a few others that are getting ready to join you. There's a male drow. He's looking real confident. He's particularly excited. There's a small female halfling. She's looking even more confident than the drow for her someone with very small stature. And the human, he's with the bushy brown hair. He's looking. He's cautious, but he has a look of determination on it. And for the first round, you all managed to make through the pies at a, you take your time, but you managed to all, get through them. the second one, I'll need a Constitution check, and because of your elixir, you can roll at advantage.
Ooh, thank you. Okay. Constitution. Did you want a Constitution check or a saving throw?
It is a check.
Okay.
First roll of the game.
Let's go.
Ooh.
18.
Oh yeah, you have
18.
no problem getting through this second pie.
You're doing great, Medea. You're doing great. Woo!
Oh, that very confident male drow, he bowed out real fast. That first pie was enough for him, and he's exited the stage quite quickly. He rolled a nat 1.
Oof.
Ooh, the
Biggest
halfling also not good. Just you and the human. This is the two of you now, and you kind of like just eye each other up.
Can I get, is it possible to, are they up on a stage? Are they separated from us?
Yeah, they're kind of like
Okay.
raised up like a couple feet, kind of like festival platform kind of thing.
Okay. No worries.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are they hot?
Obviously.
Okay.
You know,
Medea is blushing from the heavy eye contact.
his face is a bit flush, you know, from I was gonna say the meat sweats, which is not sexy, but you know.
From the meat sweats.
The hot factor just like dropped
Yeah.
after meat
That's
sweats.
where my brain just went. He's got like a roguish cuteness to him. His hair's kind of like in his face a little bit, and a scruffy little beard.
But he's looking meat sweaty, you said?
Yes. Yep.
Can I
I'm
heckle
owning this.
him?
Yep.
Can I heckle him?
Absolutely.
During the
I
heckle,
like-
can I fly over and go, Medea, here's your water, here's your water. So you carry on with your heckle because I want to cast guidance. I want to touch and cast guidance. on Medea.
Perfect. Okay. I was trying to see if I had guidance too. I was like,
Oh!
perfect. Yeah. So I'm like, hey there, buddy. Was that pie not so good? That meat maybe got a little sour? You don't look too good. You're looking green around the gills, and I would know because I got some. So you gonna be okay?
Kind of like does a little like double take, and I'm absolutely fine. He kind of like
Okay. Well,
puffs his
just
chest out a
you know?
little bit.
At this.
okay. Well, hopefully you just have a real good constitution because you can never be too sure with those. So I'm just gonna.
Ada sees Mita trying to heckle, or succeeding, I should say, to heckle this person, and they pull the white sort of cloth that is tied around their wrist. They step back. They tap Yanni on the elbow and say, "Watch my back." And they tie this blindfold around their eyes. And they cast minor illusion to make this drow look even more meat sweaty than he already is. Hopefully to make Mita's like heckling land a little bit harder.
Okay, if this lands, if this guy genuinely starts looking not so good, I'm getting other people in the crowd involved. I'm like, don't you? I'm worried. Look at like that's not so good. Like,
Besides making sure no one's gonna try anything with the prince sitting here blindfolded, Yanni is minding their own business, eating the pie that we bought.
This individual, his confidence is starting to waver. He looks unsure. and maybe a little slightly annoyed.
Medea, as she takes the water from Kao, she says, "Oh, thank you. Hydration is key." Slurp.
Okay, and the next pie is placed in front of you, so I'll need a Constitution check. Again, still at advantage.
Okay. Hi. Oh, 21.
Wow.
It was the water.
8. And no problem. Though this gentleman next to you, he's struggling. He made it through, but he doesn't need an illusion spell now. He's not giving up.
Yay! You're doing great, Medea.
Thanks.
The only reason I'm not
trying.
cheering on Medea is because I don't want the crossover effect of like very clearly heckling this guy while supporting Medea.
It's a conflict of interest, you see.
See Medea like just trying to just slowly eat and just kind of taking breaks and just like, then sipping some water, just taking her time.
Kowie's over there, like at the bottom of the stage, like big owl eyes, looking at you, just like, "You got this. Keep going. You can do it. You're doing great."
At some point, Yanni's gonna call out to Kawu and just say, Kawu, did you want any of this? Pointing at the pie.
Yes, save me some.
Okay.
The gentleman is kind of just doing that, like, whew, kind of expression, where it's unsure if what he's about to do. And his eyes just kind of like get real big as the next pie is placed in front of each of you.
You can forfeit if you like.
That's not the spirit. That's...
No, I don't mean it with any malice. I mean that you look as if you will get sick. I would know. I'm a healer.
Oh.
And I'm a scientist, and it looks like you may blow chunks in front of all your friends. So, I don't know.
He just kind of like turns and like looks at you, kind of. Yeah, I don't feel so good, but no, I'd be letting down. No, I agreed to do this task. I'm gonna carry it out as long as I can.
Do you have family watching?
I hope not.
For their sakes, I hope not.
My
You
friends
want to be remembered
remembered.
for the person that blew chunks on the stage at the festival.
He's kind of like.
Kawu and Medea are
Oh.
doing such a good job of heckling this guy and setting him off, and I feel like putting him like I'm like, I've just moved on to looking to see if anyone wants to take bets because I'm betting on Medea now. I'm just fully looking to get. I'm like, I got
Gonna make some money.
a gold piece on my girl. Obviously gonna win this. Come on, who wants to? One of you locals probably wants to bet on your bro. Come on.
See a couple of, like, goblin. They look maybe like elder teens. They're just kind of like, you want? Yes, yeah. We'll take you up on that bet. Yeah. Awesome.
Go.
They just kind of like giggle amongst themselves, like, yeah. Yeah. Next pie. You need another Constitution check, and you're still at advantage because it's like 10 minutes.
Awesome. Wow. Imagine eating 3 pies in 10 minutes. I couldn't do that. Oh. Sorry, that's wrong. That's the wrong button. 14.
Oh, he's hanging in there. You're like neck and neck. And I'd say one more roll to see who we've got.
You got guidance as well, so
The
you
end.
could if you want to use it. Or did you use it?
I didn't use it yet. Did you want me to roll again?
Yeah. One more time. This is like the final push.
Wow.
Guidance.
And then guidance is a D4. 15.
Yeah.
You're starting to feel pretty full yourself. And this poor boy, he's just unable to finish that last bite. And he just kind of like, all right, I tap. Can't. You say you were a healer. Do you got anything for this?
Yeah.
Yes.
A bucket.
Oh, come, cow.
Sorry.
Let them down gracefully. Yes, here you go. Chew on this ginger root. It should help with your stomach.
Thanks. Name's Arvan. Yours?
My name is Medea.
Well met. Well, 8 competition, suppose. Maybe we'll see you around at some of the other events at the end, maybe.
Yes. Here, take an extra ginger root, just for good measure.
Oh, mighty obliged. He's kind of like, he says both of them at the same time. He's just kind of like that extra, like all of them at once.
Yeah, Medea has like this pretty intricate collection of pouches, and she has like a messenger bag, and she has all sorts of components tucked away in each and every little pocket. And she kind of pats them down and closes them, make sure that they're all tidy. And she's gonna watch him walk away.
Medea canonically
Oh.
into the meat sweats.
I mean, I can appreciate a good sheen. A dewy finish.
Oh, well done, Medea! Yay, you did it! I gotta go get my pie before it's all gone. I'll run over to Zumunyani. Medea won! Did you see?
Yes, I did. Here's the rest of your pie. And there's like
Thank you.
a third of it left. I think I ate like 2/3 of it.
That is perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Where to next?
Anna
I
takes
gotta-
off the blindfold and looks around and probably sees Mita like haggling some local for bets over the pie eating competition. Well, I think first we need to wrangle them, and then we can go to the next competition.
Yanni's gonna look over and they're gonna just and take their glaive and walk over. You all set, Mira? What's going on?
Yeah, as soon as I get the money for our little wager.
How much did you bet?
I guess 1 gold. I kept it reasonable.
I'm gonna look at these goblin kids. They are what?
They're like
Tiny goblin children?
Teenagers,
teenagers.
basically
Oh,
adults.
teenagers, okay.
Yeah, they're like
Teen-
late teens, like 18, 17.
Okay,
I wasn't
okay.
gambling with babies, Yanni. Come on. They don't got money.
I don't know.
The ones to take
They're
a
small.
risky bet.
I don't know.
They're kind of like, oh man, and they're kind of like kicking their foot in the dirt and like, all right, and they kind of like pull stuff together, and you just kind of like get an assortment of like silvers and
Of change?
coppers that like just essentially give you an equivalent
That's fine.
in change.
Yeah, I give them back. I flick them back 1 copper. Like, yeah, just, don't go in on gambles you don't think you can take. That's a lesson for you for free. Bye.
It's kind of like with an eyebrow, like, hmm? And before you take off, the orc woman running the meat pie, she's like, "Oh, you have your medal of merit. I must give to you. It's a medal of the meat pie." And hands you this like wooden medallion. And it's a wondrous item. I'll be able to find it on the handout sheet when I can find and locate it. While magical, this metal is slightly warm to the touch, as if it's fresh from the oven, and smells faintly of baked pie crust.
I look at the orc.
Magic.
Excuse me, I have a question. Logistical question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you win more than 1 medal from the same event?
Maybe not.
Or
the
is
same.
it 1 per?
1 per person, but not per group.
1 per person per event.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. And I'm gonna turn around and see where we want to go next.
So it's not 1 ultimate event all day per thing. Like, they run a few of these a day, and as long as you win your running. Oh, okay.
What?
Cool. Nothing. I mean, we might have even more of a shot if, like, I think it might be possible for more than one of us to enter one of these events.
Do we want to go
Did you
to
want
one
to
of
try
the wet events
riddles?
next?
Do you want to try? Oh, the wet one.
Always.
Yeah, the spear one. You seemed keen on that one.
I think Mira's excited for the wet events, so we should go there next.
I could use a bit of a walk.
Walk off the pies.
As we're walking, Medea's gonna sidle up next to Mira and say, they gave this to me for apparently eating enough pies. Here, you can have it. I'm gonna give my charm to Mira. And I think Medea kind of does this regularly. She kind of just gives her things away to the party.
Oh
That's
yeah,
cute.
this is. Oh, smells good. Did you take a whiff of this? Not bad.
Oh,
That's
her big old furball nose just like sniffing.
just like a
Quite
big
lovely.
big nose with like. So cute. I love. Thanks. That's you know what? Does it May, does it have like a ribbon or a sash or something with it?
It's kind of like on a threaded leather cord kind of thing. So you can like wear it as like a necklace.
Sweet. I hook it on and I'm like, I will absolutely listen. This part of the game, we gotta show people what we mean business. So this is perfect. Perfect. I will wear these proudly. I try and make sure it's very prominent, like it's very visible. So as I walk around chest out, like like trying to show off that we've already won 1 medal.
We all
Mira,
should
are you
just
Everyone
give our
else
medals
around
to
has like
Mira.
2 or 3 already. You still get a few cheers from the crowd, you know, as passerbys. They're like, "Oh yeah, awesome."
We got this. We
So
gotta
we're
get more
doing
of
the
these. We gotta
spear.
get.
We're doing
Yeah, what is the
rifle
spear
plunge
event?
Spear
Alright.
catching thing.
Is it?
Rifle.
Spear
I'd like to
catching.
keep an eye out and to see if are there other like teams and other groups which have got lots of medals, like competition.
Cow.
Mm.
You know what else you can do?
What's that?
If you were to go fly around, you could try to
Mhm.
look at the maze before you enter it.
That is a very good idea. Yes.
I didn't say anything.
I'll be right back.
You didn't hear anything.
I'm just gonna go to the
Ada-
bathroom.
Ada looks up at Yanni, a little bit surprised. I didn't think you the cheating type.
I didn't say anything.
No?
Nothing.
Must have been the
No?
wind then.
Yeah. No. And like I start misting a little bit more. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. There's always like a mist coming off my skin. A little bit of condensation. I start misting a little more.
So, I'll make a note of where the spear catching or spear race is, so to come back to there, and then I'll sort of leave, and make a note of where the maze is, and then I'll leave, go towards the the bathroom tents, whatever, and then sneak around the back, and then scoot away, and then fly up high when no one's looking, and then sort of like come across and peer down at the maze if possible.
Yeah, as you're kind of like meandering down, you kind of see up ahead where like the maze is set up, and you can kind of like see farther straight down that like it looks like the maze event is kind of like on the way to where the spear event is. Though when you're kind of flying around, you do take note of an Aarakocra who's kind of like guiding over, like peering over the maze, and he kind of like just turns his head a little bit and is kind of like, he notices you, but he's not doing anything at the moment about it.
Okay. Does he look like the local anti-cheat Aarakocra, or is there any kind of like paraphernalia on him? Like, has he like got some kind of like town paraphernalia on him, or has he also been sus?
No, he looks like he's kind of like, looks a little more official, like he's wearing his like best Sunday clothes kind of thing. And then, kind of like as you're taking the long route around, kind of fly by, you do notice that he at times will get up and swoop into the maze and pick somebody up and then drop them outside.
Oh, okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay. I'll nonchalantly like just cruising around, flapping around, flying around, having a look at the maze and what's going on, and then swoop back down behind the toilet tents and back into town.
Roll me a perception check.
That's wrong with me. Oh, virtual table. Oh, I need to select my token. Oh. Why it didn't come through?
You can just tell me what if you're rolling on D&D.
It was
you can just tell me what it is.
It's 23.
Oh yeah. So without being too sneaky, you're able to kind of figure out the way that the maze kind of like goes through. After a couple like fly-ins of the Aarakocra, you kind of tell that he's picking up people who've met a dead end, and basically he's taking them out.
Okay. Cool.
But you get a general set layout of what the maze looks like.
Excellent. I feel confident. You can tell by the way I walk. Just a little bit poofed up. Beacon it.
Right, we're gonna be taking the plunge.
The spear catching. So can you explain what it is out of character?
Yeah. Well, no, can we like, if we approach it, do they have like signs or explanations or like
The rules.
anything like that? Yeah.
Several people are gathered on the piers, arguing among themselves and venting that their ire at a spry goblin who responds to their anger with an amused expression. Suddenly, a brash voice cuts through the chatter, and a blue-skinned woman pushes her way through the crowd and stands protectively in front of the goblin, yelling, "She's not going to say it again. You're here with a team. Only one member of your team can participate in the challenge. The rules are clear. If you can't handle it, get off the pier." After a couple of seconds, small groups of people begin to quietly murmur among themselves. The game is refereed by a little goblin who seems to be kind of corralling the crowd for the event. And yeah, the challenge, it looks like you have to swim upstream through rushing waters of the Eiffelon River to reach a rusted spear sticking out of a rotten wooden post, and then bring the spear back to the dock. Only one of the characters can participate in this challenge. If multiple characters from the party want to take part, anyone after the first must an extra deception check. And it is basically cheating. Yeah, it's a race to get a spear first.
I'm gonna look at Mira and just say, do you want to swim or do you want me to swim?
I'm comfortable with either. I'm really fine with both. Also, I mean, what are the other events? For sure, obviously, we're both interested in the arm wrestling, as we both reasonably would be. What are the other ones? You might want to do the maze? I'm not sure if you were interested in doing that one.
There was the rice harvesting, but fun, and herding turtles.
See, I heard tortoises, and tortoises are land-based.
Tortoises, that's what I meant.
Turtles are aquatic, so...
Tortoises.
I'm just wondering if there's more than one that is wet. So, you know, that was all I was curious about. Because we both have an advantage there, obviously. But I would be comfortable doing this if you don't want to. This does seem very wet, which, I mean, it's right up my alley. So if no one else is interested, I could try. But also, Yanni, if you want to go first and, you know, it doesn't work out and we want a second try, I wouldn't be uncomfortable pretending to be someone else to participate. So
I didn't hear that, but yes, I could go first.
Would you like me to hold your bag?
Me?
Yes.
Sure. And I hand you the backpack that I am wearing, which is 100 pounds. I'm also gonna hand you my 8-foot glaive.
Ooh, I could hold that
somewhere. Oh. Do you...
I just pivot and hand it to you instead, Mira.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna, like, not fully, like, because I respect this as your weapon, but I am just, like, feeling how hefty it is. I am, like, I respect it. I'm not gonna just go smashing it into things, but I do want to, like... I enjoy it.
It's like...
It's very good. Okay.
An inch diameter thick staff, and yeah, it's 8 foot 4 inches tall. With a big old metal blade on the end. I think it was like 18 inches of metal. And then the butt of it also has metal with like little nubs that hurt if I were to hit someone with it.
Fantastic.
After I discard all my stuff.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, just after I discard all my stuff, I'm going to walk all the way up, because I'm assuming we kept kind of back from this lady, or the person who, I don't remember who it was, sorry, but the person who was running this event. I don't think we were super close when we were all kind of talking about possibly cheating. Like, I think we stayed back, but after I ditch all my stuff, I'm gonna walk all the way to the pier where these people are and just say, Hello? Is this the swimming thing? And I like look back. I kind of like look back at you guys, like I don't know.
like first day at school, like
The whole team's like, yeah, you got it. You're doing good.
Social situations are not my forte.
yeah, a goblin steps forward and like, you're here to take the plunge. Excellent. Yeah, the next race is coming up. You wanted to participate?
Yes, I want to swim for a spear.
All right. He kind of like starts to usher everyone to kind of take their line along the pier. And you do see the blue-skinned individual who's a water ganase, and after she had returned from the group of people, she ends up. You kind of see that she's with a companion, a drow in elegant robes, and kind of exchange a couple of terse words, and she kind of like proudly makes her way along the pier, and kind of like reaches up to you and kind of like looks up the competition. And you're also joined by a tall orc fella and a human lady and another little goblin dude. Everyone's kind of getting ready, kind of doing some stretches and making sure their muscles
are any of these
loose.
people, are any of them taller than me?
You can probably look the gentleman orc in like eye level, but
Okay.
everyone else is fairly significantly shorter than yourself.
Cool. Yanni will just start stretching their body out for like because they have like workout routines that they do, and so I think they'll just start warming up their body that way, and they'll shrug off their like outer layers so that they're just wearing like minimal clothing, and yeah, they'll just warm up.
When Shimunyani is shrugging off, maybe like the last of their whatever layers that they're taking off, Ada is going to cast Thaumaturgy to make a really loud thunderclap sound form, so that it's as if like when your cloak or whatever you're taking off like hits the pier, like that is the exact moment that you hear this loud like boom.
Shimunyani jumps like
No, it's to make you look intimidating. You can't jump.
Oh.
Yeah, everyone's kind of like looking around, looking at the sky, kind of like.
It's a clear day. There's
Yeah,
like
it's
not a
nothing.
black cloud in sight.
I turn back around towards where y'all were.
I run out. I scoot up. Like, you're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. Here, have a quick drink. Place my hand. May the stars guide you. Place guidance on you. Gonna do great. Gonna do great.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so once everyone kind of like settles down after the large crack of booming thunder, on the Goblin's Mark, contestants plunge into the water and begin swimming. And let's see, we need strength checks. You're gonna be moving at about 30 feet.
I'm really good at that. Also, if I have a swim speed, does that affect this? Because I have a swim speed of 30 feet.
I'll give you a flat bonus of +2 because you're still swimming like up a strong current. So it not quite gives you total advantage, but you're more used to the environment.
So is this like athletics or a strength save?
Athletics. You can do athletics.
Okay. Wow, which dice do I use for my first roll of the game? I don't know. Okay. Strength. Okay. And then plus, there's an extra 2?
Mhm.
You said?
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's an 18. And you
Those are
cast
good dice
guidance. What's that
found.
again?
A +4, a D4.
Oh, can I add a... Do I add that now, or should I add that?
You could save it if you
Like,
want.
does that run out? Does that
Nope,
run out?
Not until you use it. It takes...
Is it 1 minute?
Duration 1... Oh no, that's chill touch, sorry. Yeah, it's a minute.
Okay, then I'll save it this round. Because an 18 is pretty good.
Yeah, so you definitely make it about probably like 45, 50 feet. You're definitely more than like halfway to the spear. The water no, so you're keeping pace with you pretty good. The others are following behind. You hear a couple shouts, and if you have like if you're swimming, kind of like turn your head, you can see that the goblin fella kind of bowed out a little early, and he's being helped out of the water and toweled off.
Can I be swimming just completely underwater? Because I can breathe water.
Yeah.
Cool. Especially if it's like, I don't know how deep this river is, but I feel like there's a chance the current might not be as strong deeper down.
Yeah, I'd say you can definitely swim underwater, and you might get a surprise advantage towards the spear because you're all kind of gunning for it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say like another strength check to get the rest of the way to see who gets this spear first.
That is a nat 20!
Yes! First nat 20!
Nice.
I was rolling my little ocean dice. They're so pretty.
I wondered if it was the blue ones. Yes.
Yes,
Amazing.
it was the blue ones.
Yeah, under the water, you just manage to like
Sweet.
kind of get under the current where water's a little more steady, and it just gives you that extra little push. And you like yank out the spear. On your way back, however, once you pull out the spear, you kind of see a little bit of bubbles and rushing of water. You have 2 Iphon striped sharks kind of emerge from the depths. They seem to want the spear. They like the spear.
Can I speak to them in Aquan? Regardless if they can or not, Shimanyani in Aquan is going to say, "Oh, hello." Just keep swimming.
Amazing.
They don't seem to understand, but they do slow down.
Water temperature is pretty nice here, huh? Let's keep swimming.
Come with me, friends. Yeah, you're luckily making it like a good pace, so they're kind of just like they're starting to kind of like be okay with your presence a little bit, but they're still kind of like waiting to get you out of their turf, their home spot.
Ah, I see. If that's kind of the vibes I'm getting, while swimming, Yanni is going to start explaining what this competition is and just say like, "Oh, we had to go get this thing, and I'm gonna bring it back now, so I'm just leaving. Don't worry about it." blah 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 blah.
They have no idea. They're they seem to like. They're kind of cautious. I don't know if sharks can kind of do like the dog head tilt thing. When you know, like
They swim at like a 45-degree angle.
like they recognize things are being spoken at them. But like now that kind of like the water genasi is kind of like in your general vicinity, so any kind of like at ease you were trying to put them at is kind of gone, and she's not given up on getting this spear, so she's gonna do a little opposed strength check. She's gonna try and take it from you.
Oh no. Okay. Do I still have the plus whatever thing from before? The +2? Okay. Then that is a 22.
Oh yeah, you have no problem holding on to the spear. Kind of like a bunch of wrestling around of like waves and currents and kind of trying to stay above water and going under, and she's trying to, you know, grab for the spear, and unfortunately the sharks kind of like get a little bit too close to her, and kind of like looks very frustrated, and she kind of like starts swimming back towards after you as you make your way back to
I want to picture as we're swimming, she's grabbed onto like the end of it, and like I'm like swimming and I look back at her, and I want to like jiggle it a little bit until she lets go and then keep going. That's what I picture.
you kind of like
I look back at the party
bit.
and I look back at the party and I'm like, is that shark fins out there? Did you
What?
see?
Where?
In the river, there's sharks in there.
And I think Ada takes off the blindfold that they had put on in order to cast thaumaturgy earlier, and they see the shark fins and they go, "Oh no, are those supposed to
Should we do
be
something?
in there?"
Is that part of the challenge?
I could ask the event manager.
I need to talk to the manager. Why are there sharks?
It's the manager.
Not talking to the manager.
I want to fly over. I want to fly above the river. I was like, I'm not cheating. I just there's sharks.
Yelling, "I'm not cheating."
Everyone, of course, like looks like, what's he doing?
And I want to see what I can see from above. Probably not, because it's like a river. It's quite rushy, I guess, and messed up. But I'm worried about Yanni.
Yeah, you can definitely. There's Yanni out front, and then the water genasi pretty much on their heels, and then kind of like gaining speed, or you see a couple shark fins wiggling their way.
Cannot believe I made small talk with sharks.
Yanni's winning. The Ganasi's behind them, and there's some sharks chasing them.
May, are we able to see any semblance of Yanni or the water genasi from where we are, like above the water, or is it just the shark fins that we can see?
Are you still swimming underwater, Yanni?
I think when the water genasi grabbed onto it, she was trying to pull me up, like up in the water. But I think after I like jiggled her off of it, I'm back down as deep as the riverbed goes, because I think it's easier for me to swim down there.
Okay, and I assume the water genasi like followed Yanni down there.
She's kind. You see her kind of like along the top, kind of like trying to
Okay.
maybe hope to gain traction.
In that case, I think Ada will step behind Medea and put the blindfold back on and quietly whisper to himself, "Burn." And the two sharks and the water genasi all need to make a Constitution saving throw as I am casting Word of Radiance at them. The DC is 14.
When you get behind Medea, she kind of like stretches, just kind of like take up more space and visually block more, and just like, oh,
With your
perfect time
cloak?
for me to air out my cloak.
cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah, then totally backlit by a sun.
Oh!
Oh,
The water genasi seems totally like unaffected. But yeah, you no longer see those sharks anymore. They've kind of like had to divert themselves into the water to douse their injuries. It definitely lessens their speed and kind of makes them back off a bit more.
Yanni throws back a sorry. In Aquan. So it's just like bubbles. Like I don't know what Aquan sounds like. But... yeah.
You make it back to the pier first, and you see the drow with nice robes who was with the water genasi earlier, kind of like give an arm and kind of like help pull her up, and she's arms are kind of like crossed, or she's like soaking wet, and like
I have a question. Can I do something?
what would you like to do?
So when I get back there first, I want to like toss the spear up on the pier and then do like a thing to like hoist myself up, but like it's kind of cool, right? So like I hoist myself up and then like roll forward onto it, pick up the spear and stand up. But the point is I want to somehow like accidentally splash these people like with how drenched I am. Like I like the fancy robes or whatever. I think I get some water on this person by accident.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of like the equivalent to the car driving by a puddle, kind of like splash.
Oh yeah. And as Yanni kind of like stands up and just like starts wringing out their tunic, they look over at this fancy drow and just, oh, I'm sorry, and just like sets the spear down, like so they're just holding it like this, just sorry.
He's got like long silver hair that's now just kind of like stuck to his face from being wet. And he's like, no problem. He kind of waves his hands a little bit and prestidigitation, long word for my mouth to say, and he kind of like dries himself out after a few flicks of the cantrip. And you, the little goblin, awards you the Medal of the Conch. It's made of sea glass that has been magically crafted into the shape of a conch shell.
Oh, that's really pretty. Yanni says that out loud as they take it and they look at it. Thank you, they say to the goblin, and then just kind of like look at the other people who were competing with them and just kind of like nod at everyone, and they just kind of like, good job everyone, and then they're gonna turn back around and walk back to where all of y'all are standing. And they're going to show the little metal thing and say, look, I got the thing, and it's very pretty.
Swoop down.
Uh,
Yay, you did it! Well done!
Medea opens
Yep.
up her backpack, takes out towels, and just kind of drapes over your shoulders.
Ooh, thank you. I'm gonna find like a patch of sun to just like sit in and just mist. So much mist.
And while you were sunbathing and providing that nice cool misting effect to those around you, we'll take our first break. So we'll be right back. Hope you've been having fun. Stretch, grab snacks, hydrate. It's important to hydrate. We'll be right back.
Hydrate or die straight.